All right, one quick thing. Executive order was just signed, hold the prompter, to make IVF more affordable for people in the country. The President Trump just signed it. That's a really important issue for a lot of people in this country, and that's an important development. Now, another important development is that we saw this plane crash on the runway, and there's more video of it now, and everybody walked away, meaning they survived, okay? Yes, some were critically injured. But is there a way to actually increase your chances of surviving a fire? My answer would be no, and that 80 people surviving this is miraculous. But I may be missing that there are some things that you can do to at least help your percentages. Former senior safety investigator for the NTSB says that is absolutely true, and his name is Greg Feith. Greg, thank you very much. I'm not doubting you. I'm just doubting that, usually if a plane goes down, it's like, forget it. You're just looking for luck. But you say there are certain things you can control based on the circumstances. How so?
Absolutely. When you look at it, pilots, flight attendants are all prepared to do their job in the airplane. We have checklists as a pilot running through those checklists. Passengers should do the same thing. They should have a checklist. And those checklist items will help save your life or at least increase your survivability in an accident such as this.
So you made a list of things. One, you said clothing matters. You want to wear non-flammable long sleeves, sneakers. That's fair if there's fire in the cockpit.
Well, look as a passenger, you don't want to be wearing shorts and a tank top because let's say somebody came from Florida on this, came through Minneapolis and was changing flights. Now they're outside in sub-zero weather. So clothing, cloth, it's about cotton clothing, nothing that will melt.
The interesting thing, choosing your seat. This is interesting. What should you do?
Well, typically a lot of people will sit in the back because the back of the airplane is the last part of the aircraft to the accident site. But I can give you 1,000 different accidents where the tail, actually took the brunt of the impact. The biggest thing is when you select your seat, select it near an exit, count the seats fore and aft so that you know where that exit is, because in this case, they were walking on the ceiling. They don't have emergency lights. And if this was dark, you're going to have to use touch to find your way to the closest exit, either ahead of you or behind you. One last thing, those seats are designed to break away. That is break forward. So when you hit that seat, yes, that seat should break forward to absorb the impact, but also it can be used as an escape path in case an exit or an aisle is blocked.
You say brace for impact. I saw the movie Fight Club, and they said that everything on that card is just to give you false assurance because it doesn't matter what you do. If you crash, you're done.
Chris, brace for impact means that you don't want to be flailing around. You want to minimize your arms flailing, your legs flailing. So the brace is to put your head up against the seat in front of you so that you minimize your movement during the impact sequence. That seat will break forward to absorb that initial impact, that high impact force, to enhance your survivability.
Wear your seatbelt, I get it. Stay calm and assess. Calm mind is always best. I like this, though. They tell you to do this, and it's worth repeating. You got to know how to get out.
Yes.
If it gets smoky fast, it gets dark fast in those situations, and maybe there are lights guiding your way, maybe there aren't. What do you need to do in any case?
Well, go back to the seatbelt. Remember, in your car, you push a button. In an airplane, you pull a flap. High stress, high anxiety. A lot of people have tried to push the button, and the button isn't there. When it comes to the exits, pull the safety card because every airplane is different. On this RJ, that's a plug-type door. On a 737 MAX, the door actually folds out. So you really have to understand how those emergency exit doors work so that you don't get yourself trapped trying to figure it out under high stress, high anxiety, smoke, fire conditions.
All right, all this said, how shocked are you that all 80 walked away? I know there's some critically injured. I don't know what their status is right now. If we have to update it, we will. But what are the chances?
I'm not shocked, Chris, when it comes to the fact that over evolution, that is accident investigation, the structure of aircraft have been designed for crash survivability. We've seen it. So 20, 30 years ago, if this same accident happened, yes, there would have been more serious injuries and fatalities. But we've learned a lot of lessons. If you remember the 777 at San Francisco when they hit the seawall and that airplane came apart, we only had several fatalities, but they weren't in the aircraft. They were outside the aircraft because they were in a bad place when the fire engines rolled. The fact is that we've created safer aircraft through these lessons learned. And so people should have a lot of confidence, such as this, where the wing came off, it looks really disastrous, but 80 people survived.
You know, I don't want what you're saying to be true. I want people to survive. I want to say that this was a miracle. But that's the beautiful thing about having an expert who knows better, Greg, is that I may not feel that way, but I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and you do. Greg Feith, thank you very much for taking us through how to increase your chances and how to explain what happened here. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll be right back. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.